Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up. But first, our top story. A former daycare worker is behind bars charged with 10 counts of sexual contact with a child, all caught on camera. Court documents say a parent first discovered the video of 26-year-old Chris Foamy putting his hand underneath a child's blanket during nap time. An investigation soon discovered 10 instances where Foamy can be seen touching a child's bottom under the blanket and in some places smelling his fingers immediately after removing his hand. The affidavit says there are 7 victims, all of them 3 years or 4 years old. The alleged incidents happened in the first 3 weeks of operations at the new Kids Are Kids Daycare near 85th Street and Western Avenue in Sioux Falls. The daycare released a statement saying they immediately fired Foamy and reported his action to the state and local police. Foamy is being held on $50,000 bond. His next court appearance is on October 13th. A mountain lion caught on camera roaming the streets of Vermilion has created quite a stir through town. A police patrol vehicle's dash cam captured the image of the big cat early Friday morning. Police say it's likely the mountain lion has moved outside of the city limits by now. People who live in the neighborhood say many of them, students at the University of South Dakota, are intrigued by the sighting.
I've never seen one in person, and it would be kind of cool to see one like untamed or.
Police say the mountain lion isn't likely a threat to people, but recommend people in the area to keep close tabs on their small pets. Riders at Custer State Park put the bison herd through a workout during Friday's 57th annual Buffalo Roundup. Around 60 riders successfully rounded up 1,400 bison to bring to the corrals. That's where the animals will get their medical checkups, a process that will take a few weeks.
So we round them up each year. Somewhere in the 90s, some people started watching their family do it. They invited their friends, and they invited their friends, and lo and behold, we have thousands of people out in the prairie this morning to come see the event.
The Roundup attracts worldwide attention every year. As many as 20,000 people show up to see the Roundup in person. You can help local families in need bundle up for the winter during Keep KELOLAND Warm. Drop off gently used coats, gloves, mittens, hats, and gloves starting today at St. Francis House and at participating Lewis stores in Sioux Falls. Organizers say the community has always given generously to this donation drive.
I was amazed that we gave out over 2,200 coats last year, but it also makes me very proud of this community that they come together to really help those that really need these warm apparel so that they do not get frostbite.
Larger sizes of winter wear from 2X on up are especially in demand. You can drop off donations through November 20th. Well, let's take a first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Megan Chadda in the Storm Center. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. It's kind of a warm morning, and it's going to be a warm day. We'll have highs in the 70s and 80s across KELOLAND with a chance of showers in western South Dakota throughout the day. A bit breezy here in the east. And for tonight, another warmer night, lows in the 50s, that chance of showers still across portions of western South Dakota. And for Sunday, another warmer day, highs in the 70s and 80s, that chance of showers from Rapid City into Pierre and up into Aberdeen even. I'll have more on your 7-day forecast in just a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Megan. A weekend convention celebrating all things pop culture and fandom is underway in Sioux Falls. Hundreds of vendors and thousands of people will make their way to the Sioux Falls Convention Center for Supercon. The event debuted in 2016 and continues to evolve.
Supercon started out as a comic book geek convention, and now it's more of an all-inclusive nerd convention.
The crew here is really nice, and the crowd is really awesome, and so I decided to, it's only 6 hours away from the house, I figured I'd give it a shot.
J.C. Clark owns Galaxy Props out of Kansas, specializing in helmets, and is among the vendors at Supercon. The convention features everything from comic books to cosplay to video games. Now, the opening ceremony of Supercon at the Sioux Falls Convention Center is at 10 a.m. Admission is $15, free for children 10 and under. The Festival of Bands in Sioux Falls features schools from South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota competing for first-place honors in parade and field competitions. Activities begin at 8 a.m. with the parade starting on West Madison Street. The marching competition begins at 9:45 at Howard Wood Field. The marching finals begin at 6 p.m. Tickets are $10 to $15. Fall Fest at the Bridges at 57th Street in Sioux Falls includes a pop-up pumpkin patch, a petting zoo, plus McCrossin Boys Ranch horse-drawn wagon rides. The Fall Fest runs from 11 to 2. Admission is free. All aboard historic Prairie Village's Pumpkin Train. There will be train rides to the pumpkin patch from 11 to 4. Pumpkins will be available while supplies last. The cost is $5 for kids 12 and under, $2 for accompanying parents or teen. Megan?
Well, it's going to be a warm start to your 7-day forecast. Highs in the 70s and 80s, and by Friday we could see highs in the 40s, a chance of showers Monday and Tuesday. And in northeast Keloland, much of the same. Highs in the 70s, falling to the 50s by Friday. Chance of showers Sunday into Tuesday. And in central South Dakota, highs in the 70s and 80s for this weekend, falling into the 50s by Friday. Chance of showers tomorrow through Tuesday. And in Rapid City in western South Dakota, highs in the 60s and 70s, falling to the 50s by Thursday and Friday. That chance of showers today through Monday and again on Thursday. Have a great rest of your Saturday.